Hey folks,
How are you?
Hello.
so we're going to do a quick, no, it's not going to be quick at all because we say things are going to be quick. And
Yeah.
we're doing a Strom Ireland Cup recap anyway. And we're just going to chit chat about the comp and everything to do with it. So start off with the women like we did for the predictions.
Yeah.
And I can actually talk about it this time.
Yeah,
Can,
you
yeah.
can,
I'm
yeah.
allowed to
We'll
talk.
allow you.
Yeah. So yeah, I suppose straight into the overall results. First was Kayla Mann from here,
Yeah.
Yep.
GSP. Second was Gail McComiskey from GSP Online.
Yeah.
Woo.
Third was Jade Gore from GSP Online as well. But and then fourth we had Marcella McLean doing her
Yeah.
first competition.
Maloney.
Maloney.
Yeah, you keep on McLean.
Oh,
Maloney.
sorry,
Yeah.
Marcella Maloney. And then we have Laurie
Yep.
Maggio.
Maggio, yeah,
How
from
we say it?
France,
From
who
France.
is being coached by
Ayshea, who came fifth as well. So like it was a really strong lineup
It was
of women, wasn't
very
it?
good, very good, very entertaining.
Very entertaining. I was very excited from the get-go about this one
Mm.
because I knew it would be a really good battle between them all. Like in particular, we seen Marcella up here. I know it was only her first comp.
3 weeks.
Was it
Yeah.
3-4 weeks before
3
the
4
comp?
weeks,
And like she was looking pretty strong. And,
Yeah.
you know, we knew her deadlift was
Yeah,
quite good
very
as well.
impressive. Well, the 172 deadlift.
Yeah.
So impressive, like
Yeah,
so
yeah.
impressive.
First time out, like that is
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah,
massive.
huge.
And she never done powerlifting before, anything, no weightlifting, no competitive lifting experience.
Like, fair play for her to walk into such a heavy competition. Like,
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's like a couple of the lads have said online that it's the heaviest strongman comp in the country. Now, some would argue like the Ireland's or whatever, like, but for the women's, it's definitely
the heaviest.
definitely the heaviest, isn't it?
100%, yeah.
Pretty much.
90 for arm for
Yeah.
armors,
Up to
90
80 on
shields.
overhead. Yeah, it would be. It's heavier than ISW. This
Yeah.
year.
It's good, yeah.
So like to throw herself into that, like I thought that was incredibly impressive.
Yeah. She's going to gain so much from doing that.
Gain so much from doing it. Yeah, like she's going to be a real threat for you next year at Ireland's Strongest Woman, I think. As long as she obviously stays consistent training and
stays consistent
and enjoyed it and continues to enjoy it.
Yeah, and understands that now. You know, like I do think that mentality of nationals versus cup. The cup was way heavier than the nationals were, so there's nothing stopping that from Marcella that just going, all right, I'm going to jump on it.
On in, yeah.
I'm going to retire anyway next year, so I don't know.
Yeah, but like she's definitely a contender going forward in the years to come for the Ireland's Strongest Woman title.
For the open title,
there's no doubt about it. Incredibly impressive there. So like I suppose when we go through the events.
Yeah.
What's first? We had the log ladder.
Deadlift first.
Hit it there.
Oh yeah, so deadlift Kayla 182 kilos, Gail 180 kilos, Jade 165 kilos, Marcella 172 kilos, and Laurie was 140 kilos.
And that was PB for Laurie as well,
PB,
I believe.
Yeah.
Laurie was the lightest actually in that competition, so for her to go into an open, her first
competition as well.
She's an under 73 competitor.
Yeah.
That's it's quite impressive again jumping in there and giving
just
it
for all the ladies who are listening, just so you can get a perspective. This wasn't just open women. There was a
mix.
Well, Gail competed at 82 and
Masters.
Jade's an 82. And Laurie's an under 73. So like
there we go. We had a good
mix there.
There's a right good mix there. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'm like, there's some big deadlifts there too. Like
huge.
They are like. I think Kayla left it at that. She won at 182.
Yeah, that was her second attempt.
And she realized she'd won at that, so she just left it there.
Being smart.
Being smart, yeah. When it was coming time for the 190, I think was it that Jade missed 180? No, Gail. Was Gail missed 185? I think Kayla just said that's it. I'm not taking my 190.
Yeah.
And which is, that shows the experience she has. She's a professional approach. She won all her points, and she was like, right, I'm walking away. I'm going to save myself for later.
That's smart, yeah.
Same thing Matt McKeegan kind of done as well, which we'll talk about later on. But two winners of the comps just done what they needed to do.
Yeah, I feel like that's something that
excuse me,
beginners and people from the outside don't understand. I've been in competitions where I haven't, gone for another lift, and people are like, oh, why didn't you do it? And it's just like, you got to think of the rest of the competition at the same time. Like,
and that comes with experience.
Yeah.
That does only come with time.
Yeah. So with the log lift, in first place, Gail, she had with 3. Kayla came second. She also got 3. Jade came third. She got 2. Marcella got 1, and Laurie got 1 as well. And it was from 50 kilos up to 80.
Yeah.
Was it?
Laurie got 2.
She got 2.
Oh, she did. Sorry,
she did.
Number 2.
60,
50, 60, 70, 80.
So that was a really heavy log ladder. Like none of these women, off the top of my head, and I should know, have pressed 80 kilos on a log.
I don't know. It doesn't tell.
No, they haven't.
No.
They've all. They're like Jade had done 17 training. Gail has done 75, 77. She's off the top of my head. Kayla's done 75 for a double.
Yeah.
I should really know this stuff better.
Yeah.
But like and again, this is kind of a message for the new people out there, the beginners. Or if you're looking at a competition weight and thinking I can't finish that ladder, you're probably not thinking well. You know, your head's not in the right place because no one finished the ladder here, and they still shoot themselves into it. It's not. You shouldn't be looking at the weights going, oh fuck, I don't think I can finish the last implement.
No.
And not doing a comp because of that. You should still be showing yourself into these things because the best in the country are doing really heavy comps that they can't also finish.
It's very rare to kind of actually see somebody finish off a ladder.
Absolutely.
No matter what
if it's weighted very heavily.
Very heavily, yeah.
It's definitely not something you should be holding back on because again, the best in the country aren't finishing them in competition either. And still winning the event, obviously.
So for Farmer's Walk, it was 90 kilos a hand. Fifth place was Laurie with 22.7 meters, Marcella 27 meters, Jade 36.4 meters, Gail 37.59 meters, and Kayla first place with 42.56 meters.
Yeah, there's some like big distances there. And that was a really hard Farmers for max distance too because it was 9 meters.
9 meters, constantly picking it up. You'd rather a longer track.
It's the picks that were you'd rather a longer track, absolutely. Someone might say, oh, it's only 47 meters, but you pick that up 5 times.
And you weren't allowed to drop it in the middle. If anyone's listening, you had to like get to the end and then you were allowed to drop it. If you dropped it in between, you were dismissed. You're out. So you really have to kind of hold on to the end. Yeah,
it was a real brutal event.
It is, it is. It is Farmers because you're just constantly deadlifting it over and over.
Farmers, I do.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, but you're constantly picking them up.
I prefer that to 20 odd meters.
Yeah. Really? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, well, you're very strong at picking and pulling.
So
it will kind of plays to your strength and fairness.
Your max deadlift is way above what
Farmers,
whereas like with like some of them like 90 each hand, 180 kilos. Like some of these girls there are only. Some of them aren't even deadlifting 180 kilos. So
like Gail pulled 180 kilos as a PB, 5 kilo PB at that comp, and then had to go pick 180 kilo Farmers over and over again. It makes it a lot harder.
Hugely.
Absolutely. So Kayla won that one, which actually put her into a really good position going into the Hoosfell because the Hoosfell was ran in singles.
Yeah.
So she could see what everybody did.
She knew exactly what she had to do.
Just got to chip them. It was actually a real important event to win for the women, I think, because and for the men later on, I suppose, because you got to see exactly what was coming.
You knew what was needed to be done.
Yeah.
So I think the Hoosfell is kind of really the big turning point for the women because it was kind of back and forth. Gail and Kayla were like first and second in the events. In Hoosfell, Gail came last with 11.15 meters, and then we had it was a 90 kilo Hoosfell, I should say. Laurie got 26.55 meters, and then Marcella Jade was 36 meters, Marcella 45 meters, and Kayla 47.53. So Kayla's done exactly what she needed to do on that one. So I mean that's tough. I think it's a heavy thing to be kind of carry around. But I said, Kayla had the advantage of knowing exactly what to do.
Yeah, and this was a turning point event, definitely.
It was. As again, as I said, like at this point, they were, I suppose, like Gail had 2 second places and 1 first. Kayla had 1 first, 2 firsts and 1 second. So
there was 1 point between them.
There was 1 point in between them, So,
and did you see what happened to Gail there?
No,
I was at the back.
Oh, did she really? Yeah.
No, she was. Don't get me wrong. She was still struggling at the time, and I'm sure she'd be happy to admit that she was. I think did she reshuffle or something? But she was. Grip was a little awkward. She kind of looked like she was having a hard time, and she just rolled her ankle, and that was it. She went down. Luckily, she wasn't actually hurt. Her ankle was fine. She kind of limped off, but she walked it off.
But
that's like it's as simple as a little thing like that can just end your event for you, like
hugely.
Even if it's not an injury, just
it's usually like a good enough event for Gail, something like that. Like she's got great endurance.
Yeah,
she's got a lot of
stubborn.
Exactly. So I mean, like if she didn't turn that, it would have been the last event a little bit more closer. But the last event was sandbag shoulder, 70, 80, 90, and 100 kilos. 100 is massive.
Actually, no, we.
Oh, did you not change it around?
We changed it. Yeah, so that's going to show that, but it was actually 60, 70, 80, 90.
60, 70,
so
80, 90,
again, I had seen a lot of the women's training, and we had seen what Marcella had done here, which is what Laura was doing, obviously. So rather than have them only do the first 2 bags, I said, right, let's knock everything back 10 kilos.
Yeah.
And someone might finish in it, puts on a good
Yeah.
show essentially. And especially for the spectators as well. And so I pulled the women in and said, look, this is what I'm thinking of doing. And they were like, yes. they all agreed, they were happy to. So I said, right, let's change it. But I left that till the morning of the comp. Nobody knew I was thinking of doing that. And then just said, right, this is what I'm thinking of doing, guys. And they were all happy to go with it. So and no one still finished it.
Nobody's there.
Jade was the closest.
Yeah.
She was. Oh my god, that was so tight.
Yeah, it was basically up on her shoulder, and she just couldn't get it to sit back.
I could see in her face she was just going at that point. Like, so with the sandbag shoulder medley in 5th place with 2 bags, Marcella. Laurie 4th place. She had 2 bags. Again, it was kind of more split time that kind of decided these. Kayla was in 3rd with 3 bags. Gail was in 2nd with 3 bags, and Jade was in 1st with 3 bags. But the time is what kind of split them apart. Jade was very quick in the 3 bags in 25.71 seconds.
Yeah, right, that is quick.
That was very fast. Whereas Kayla had 3 bags in 51.32 seconds.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, very efficient. Very, very efficient. Like you could see, like Jade getting off her hips was very, very explosive. There was no waste. She wasn't fighting as much as the other girls.
She was just straight up there.
I understand with Jade. Jade fought about 5'10".
She's quite tall, I think she's probably the tallest one there,
Not being mad tall, but being that bit taller does help with sandbags.
Leverage.
When you think if you're the shorter you are, some of them sandbags are almost the size of your body.
Yeah.
And I don't mean your limbs. I mean so if you're trying to get that sucker up quick, it's not easy to do.
Hard battle, So that ended the competition. Laurie 5th place with 8 points. Marcella in. Oh, sorry, I said that wrong. It was Marcella. Oh no, it's just the right way around. Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Laurie's 8 points. Marcella 11 points. Jade 16 points. Gail 18 points, and Kayla 22 points. To finish it off. Very entertaining though. Very entertaining competition.
And they did some really good battles back and forth all day. In fairness.
Yeah.
So that was a joy to watch. So Kayla was basically 1st and 2nd all day, except for
the last event. She came 3rd. Yeah,
and that's consistency being key.
It shows off like.
Gail placed 2nd on the sandbag, did she? But it was just a hoose of
she had first. Gail was 1st on the log, 2nd on the deadlift, 2nd on the farmers, 2nd on the sandbag, but it was at 5th place. Place coming last on the hoose ball that kind of just like ruined her chances.
Yeah.
And Kayla definitely capitalized on that.
Ooh, there would have been some sweat in there going into the last. If that hoose ball didn't go wrong for her, like. So okay, right. Yeah, that was like I said, it was an exciting category. Like it was really fun to watch, and so that is that really, isn't it?
So
on to the men.
Move on.
Will we just do like the top 3 for each category for the men, because you don't want to go through the 9. For each event anyway.
For each event, yes. So start off with 3rd place. Maxed out of 1st event. In 3rd place, we had Gavin McNamee with 380 kilos. In 2nd place, we had Jack Harkin with 382 kilos. And in 1st place, we had Matt McKeegan with 385 kilos.
Yeah, so monster lifts.
Hugely.
Like Matt literally just done enough to beat everyone else.
So he did, yeah. So I was even talking about like when I was planning to do the competition, he's like, I'm not going to try and beat you on deadlift. He said he was just going to do enough to kind of stay ahead of the rest of them. And he was professional about the whole day. He's a very good strongman. Like he didn't overdo it, but he done enough to kind of secure himself to win.
Oh, so I suppose we should do actually let them know what the positions are. Will we go through the whole position of the comp?
Oh yeah,
and then we'll do the event top 3s.
So in 9th place overall was Dylan Doyle, 8th place Aaron McLaughlin, 7th place Blaine Donovan, 6th place Ray Foley, 5th place Roy O'Hagan, 4th place Jack Harkin, 3rd place Gavin McNamee, 2nd place Sean Diver, and 1st place was Matt McKeegan.
And I suppose we touched on the deadlift there.
Yeah.
Like Matt just doing exactly what he needed. Yeah. Gavin was like 380. The man was out of the competition a week ago.
He failed 320 twice on the build up to this. Like badly failed. But like no offense to him, like I think he knows it himself. So I think he was very happy to actually just kind of get, and it was a good 380. Like absolutely. I think his world record is 387, is it? Something like that. 385, something like that. The world record.
Yeah. So he wasn't that far off.
Yeah, I mean, like
he was obviously weighing over 90 kilos.
Of course, Like Gavin's 3rd strongest for under 19 in the world. So I mean, he was like one of the lightest ones coming into the competition. So it was very impressive. Then for the log,
I actually just want to put in there. It has to be said as well. Rory O'Hagan's 350.
350 was insane.
An honourable mention.
Oh, it has to be said. Like
Rory Hagan, 22 years old. He only looks about about 95 kilos himself. He doesn't about 100 maybe. It's not. I couldn't imagine.
He's under 105 anyway in the clash of coast.
So I couldn't imagine he's being 105. Looking at him.
Oh, what an awful insult, Cillein.
I don't know, but he's very unassuming. Like.
He is very unassuming, and I think that was the thing is watching him. Like we know these big players, I've seen him on a world level and international level. I've never seen this guy. He's just popped up over the past while, and to actually watch him out there pull 350 raw was fairly fucking impressive.
Yeah, crazy. Like.
I actually only caught that lift in the corner of my eye. I was talking to someone at the same time. And I just went, whoa.
I'll tell you what he compares to, just that way, what he compares to. Remember the first time I seen Johnny Kelly did it? And he walked out in football shorts, right? And it was up in the north probably 6 odd years ago. And I watched him deadlift raw fantastically. And it gave me the same thought when I saw that. I went, that's like looking at
the same wow factor.
The same wow factor of seeing that raw deadlift. So,
he went on to try 370 and missed it.
Broke it off the floor, but still, even breaking it off the floor.
Big jump though.
It was. Yeah, it was. I think maybe 360 probably would be a bit more realistic for him.
Yeah.
But again, that all comes with experience. Like he'll know more for the next time.
Yeah.
Anyway. So for the log lift medley in third place, we had Dylan Doyle. He got 3 logs. Then in second place, we had Jack Harkin, also 3 logs. In the first place, we had Matt McKeegan. Matt McKeegan got 3 logs in 21:37. Dylan, who was in third, got 3 in 33.77. So it just shows how fast Matt was to get those 3 logs up.
Yeah.
It was lightning quick. I think he cleans the 160, but he just knew once he got to his chest, it wasn't moving anywhere.
I don't think he even tried to press it, did he?
No, he didn't.
He probably felt it very heavy and just dropped it.
Yeah.
Like, even if you were had like a 170 log, to do 160 after the end of that log ladder, it's
very impressive.
Yeah, hugely.
So yeah, like again, this is another ladder that no one finished.
No one finished.
No one finished.
Yeah.
Maybe I made it a little bit too heavy, but you look at there was money on the line, so you're going to make these things should be heavy.
Even if you look at UKs though, nobody finished. I think UKs we had 5 logs.
5 logs.
I think I think only maybe like 3 people got the 160 and nobody pressed the 180.
Yeah. Logs or ladders are really
we
hard.
said this in the predictions. They are difficult.
Yeah.
Particularly, I think an overhead ladder. It's definitely harder than a deadlift ladder.
Yeah, deadlift was a bit easier.
Absolutely. It's way more difficult.
Yeah.
It's the up and down and the clean.
The clean is really what fucking kills you.
I tipped Dylan and Jack to finish that, but still none of them finished it. And again, ever the professional Matt McKeegan sneaks in with another event win with 3 quick ones. And I'm sure that's probably what he had going into in his mind. Because he won the deadlift, so he was last out.
Yeah.
So I'd say he just planned on getting out there and blitzing through.
Getting it done, So the next event was 150 kilo a hand farmer's walk max distance. In third place was Matt McKeegan, 41.16 meters. In second place, Rory O'Hagan with 45 meters. But in first place with 45.4 meters was Sean Diver. So it was only about half a meter between first and second place.
Who came second, sorry?
Rory
O'Hagan.
Yeah.
45 meters,
phenomenal.
Great grip.
Him.
Great grip. Moves very well. Very, very impressive on that one. To be moving 300 kilos in total.
And again, at 22 years of age. What a bright future has
absolutely. If you can keep it steady now and remain injury free,
keep the head down.
Wow. And Diver, we all know what kind of grip he has. Like he's got a phenomenal grip.
Well, I think we'd kind of fairly tipped him for
farmers.
We all know Gavin's really good at farmers too. We thought maybe he'd do well, but Gavin's fast.
He came fourth. He
came
fourth over 36 meters. Still really impressive. To be hitting that.
Again, like you said earlier, probably the lightest guy in the comp.
The lightest guy in the comp. Yeah, easily. So going into the shield carry then. After that, in third place, we had Gavin McNamee. It was a 160 kilo shield carry. Gavin McNamee, 54 meters, extremely impressive.
Nearly twice his body weight.
Yeah.
Second place with 55.5 meters was Matt McKeegan. But in first place, we have Sean Diver, 56.1 meters. Very tight.
How much did he beat that by?
0.6 of a meter.
0.6 of a meter.
Yeah.
I wonder, was it just like Kayla? He won the farmers, she won the farmers, and then he just went out and done enough.
I know, because I remember afterwards, Sean kind of looked at me. He was like, "Did I beat Matt?" I think he just kind of.
He was gone.
Because they got what happened was they finished the lap and then they turned both of them, and then they just kind of turned as much as they could, and then they just kind of both gassed out. Like, I don't think there was much in the tank there on Sean. Like, he kind of gave it his all on that, but you know, kind of came out on top with it at the same time. One thing I actually want to say about Rory Hagan, he nearly fucking. He's
your favourite.
I think we're all fangirling now over Rory. So
stumbled on the first lap, and I was walking beside him, and I genuinely thought he was about to like fall straight in his face. But however, went on to basically do about another 4 more fucking lengths after that. Like,
what did he place?
He came 5th in that event.
And I think we were all very impressed then with his sideways
walk, like So again, I suppose we were saying this earlier, like his hamstrings are obviously giving out, so he just went to the side and just shuffled side, so you're kind of more abductors and quads. In that way, very fucking. I don't know. I don't know. Was it intentional or did he just?
Would you stand up sideways?
Yeah, and then he was just like,
turn. I'm
just
go with this.
But
who knows?
Very creative though.
Very creative, and I'm sure we'll see more people copying that now.
Definitely.
We'll definitely be thinking of that one ourselves.
So going into the last event then was the sandbag shoulder.
What were the points like here at this point actually?
At this point, Matt was in first place with 33 points. Sean was in second with 28.5 points. And Gavin was there with 24.5 points.
Okay, so our podium was kind of already set. And Matt
at that point, nothing was really going to... Somebody would have to make a massive fuck up, really.
Which, look, as we see, Husafel, Kale rolls her ankle and she comes last. So anything can happen in strongman.
Absolutely.
So the last event, sandbag shoulder medley, 100 kilos up to 160 kilos. In third place for this one, we had Matt McKeegan. He got 3 of them done in 18.54 seconds. Then in second place was Ray Foley. He got 3 of them in 16.88, which was very fucking fast to get 3 bags.
Absolutely. He did attempt to think the 160, did he? But
I think
he did. No, he did. And he wasn't far off it either.
He had the best crack at it, I think.
He did definitely had the best go out of it.
And like for anyone that doesn't know, this is Ray's second strongman.
And he is Ray's 40.
He's a master lifter anyway.
And I think he's only done 2 powerlifting.
I think
he's phenomenally strong.
I just don't think he knows how to use his strength. I think that is the best thing about it.
He just doesn't have the experience.
No.
He's
widely powerful.
Widely powerful,
Yeah, it's a very convincing 360 deadlift. I can't remember. I think he went for 380.
He missed 380.
I from what I was like refereeing, I think his line pattern was a bit off.
Okay.
And I think that's what kind of like threw him off, because he did kind of like fall forward a little bit with it. Because he's done 360 for a double in training with the suit on, like. But,
what was his suit about in the end, by the way?
Shield.
The Shield, sorry.
Shield. He had 20. He was 8th place in that. Wasn't. I think it was just. I'd say if you would give him, if that was like a sandbag carry or something, I'd say he would fucking. I'd say he could have won it, like. Because he's got great endurance. I think it was just not knowing how to hold the shield.
I was going to say that shield's awkward.
It is. It's really fucking awkward.
It really is awkward. And I don't know if he was actually even training any Husafel, but he came in here on Saturday before the comp with his jeans on and just picked up the Husafel. And I was like,
feel of it.
So like you could. That's why I'm going to go with like the technical side of things. If he hasn't had that,
I think he was training Zerker carries.
Was he? Okay.
Yeah. Completely different.
Totally different. Totally different.
What else can you? I suppose if you don't have the shield, you do. I think Zerker carries and sandbag carries.
Well, actually,
both probably because of the way the
shield is.
You can hook underneath it.
Again, I think with the shield, it's more like the bashing against the legs to kind of throw people off.
Awkward.
These for the Husafel can get up much higher, whereas this is like you literally like got to waddle with it. Like that's the best way. You can't really kind of walk straight with it. So last went 100 kilo, 120 kilos, 140, and 160. We went through that. We went through that. Yeah. So
and again, no one finished that ladder.
Nobody finished it. Yeah. First place now was fucking Gavin.
Gavin won it. Gavin with a really quick tree.
Gavin won that. Yeah. Gavin won that event.
I'm so surprised, Cillein.
I thought. I thought Sean won it. No, first place. Yeah, in that one, 140 in 13.99 seconds. which is crazy fast.
Yeah.
So powerful, so explosive from Gavin.
Yeah, very. Again, for a lad who was out of it.
A week ago.
I think he only jumped back in on the Wednesday.
He did. So I saw him. He travels a lot with work, going back between England and Northern Ireland, and he was just a bit all over the place with his training. Just wasn't really. But I say he's still really green in the sport when you think about it. Like he's only been 16 months, 18 months at most, I'd say.
I think his first comp was Cerberus Cup 2.0 a few years ago.
Was he there?
I think he was, and then he might have done like 1 or 2 comps here and there, scattered around the place. But like to really pushing it at high levels, I think you're right. About 16
months, he's still 27 years old. Like,
he is.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, him and Jack, 27 years old.
Wow.
Sean, Sean and Matt, 29 years old. So yeah, very
it's very young lineup actually.
Quite young.
The top 5 there, they're all in their 20s.
Yeah, I think like Ray would have been the oldest one there.
Yeah.
Great show though. Really, really good show.
Yeah, it was exciting to watch. In fairness, it was good.
In fact, we had like 1,500 people watching it online as well.
On the live stream,
huge, absolutely huge.
Yeah, we had a really good turnout here.
I think that's the big thing we were saying about the crowd.
Yeah.
And I think you were even saying that somebody who had no link to the strongmen, nobody here had heard about it and bought a ticket and came down to watch.
Yeah, he actually rang me during the week, just wondering about his confirmation number. Like, I guess whatever your name's at the door, blah blah blah. I said, someone in the gym up in Navan told him about it, and he said, "She's gonna go down and watch that." I just went online, bought a ticket, and showed up.
It's class.
I think that's a massive turning point now for Irish strongman.
Strongman, huge.
Because I always noticed when we were at Giants Live and we're at UK's, like a lot of people they're just fans of the sport. They're not competitive lifters themselves. Normally, like for years in Ireland, it would have been the same everywhere else as well. All you get shown up to competitions are
friends and family.
And
that, a few old lads.
That lasts for a few comps, and your friends and family get sick going watching, right? It just ends up being your coach and a few people you train with. And maybe a couple of
lads.
And that's about it. Like
they're interested,
But now it's totally different.
Now, and which is exactly what we need, so the sport can actually progress to the right places. That's how we can get arena shows going, and that's how we can get bigger things going on. I think that's the way we want to see things going. Obviously,
hugely,
There aren't enough strongmen in the country to sell out a big venue. You need. They nearly all have to be there. Every strongman and woman in the country have to be there. Like you're relying. We need people getting into the sport.
Just fans.
Or just fans. We need fans.
Especially support, like I said, to support the athlete side of it.
Yeah. And that's why it was really important to me this weekend to get things right as far as our setup goes. And we got our stands back here, extra seat, and we changed everything about how we do it. We flipped it, and it's just to put on a right show. That's why the smoke machines and everything, just to try and make it look well and good. Hopefully, we can build on this going forward.
Especially if you compare the first time you ran this competition a couple of years ago, I
don't think we even had seats.
No, I don't think. I think there was about maybe if even 20 people watching it. And it was a good lineup as well of people that were beating that day. But it was just people were just like, what strongman like. Back then, that was really it.
Was it Rhiannon came over? We had.
She did, Rhiannon.
Rhiannon and Luke were over.
And a few other players.
So we had some big well-known names at that point, in a smaller, more less setup than what it was this weekend. It's just gone. So now we just have to grow it.
Push it on from there.
No, it was good. And I think it was the biggest prize pot we've ever had in Strongman in Ireland.
I think it was.
$3,500 in the end was the total prize money.
Huge
amount. Between the men and the women's, and I think that has topped whatever has gone on in Ireland before. I could be wrong, but I'd love to be corrected. So try and beat whatever has been done before.
No, I definitely think it was, because I think at Ireland's, I think it might have been a similar amount, but I think first place last year got more. So I think last year, it was first place for Ultimate Strong was 1,500. And then second place was 300.
Okay, right.
So there was a mass out. You had a little bit more kind of spread out. I think you may have had a bit more money, but you kind of spread it out a little bit more.
Yeah, I get you.
Amongst the athletes.
So the prize pot was bigger.
Probably a bit bigger.
But
you spread
it.
A little bit more fair.
So we have to be 1,500 for the winner next year, basically. That's what you're saying. Look, it's
I think
it's a work in progress.
Seeing that and with the YouTube, I think and the more it gets pushed, the more you're going to look to have sponsors come on board.
Yeah. Column's already from Strom. He said he like before the comp was even over, he said coming in for next year. He was delighted. He loved this. Yeah, he was delighted. So that means a lot going forward. That gives us a really good base. Just starting off, we already know for next year that we can probably promise $3,000. Just now knowing that Column's behind it, and we're backing it ourselves, obviously.
Just more people
behind it. Like I feel we can definitely say right now there'll be $3,000 going for that. And like we've all spoken about before, I'm not going to go too far into this, but we're looking at getting bigger venues. We're looking at getting outside of the gym, doing something
proper.
Again, making the sport more professional and just giving it the credit it deserves and the venues it deserves.
So if you get a proper venue, you get more cash money and prize money. You're going to get more people coming from different countries.
And that's really
the appeal of it.
That should be the aim going forward. Like, we had pretty much an Ireland's strongest man and woman, bar yourself really in the women's say and yourself in the men's. Letting us down, but sure, I needed you for loads and everything. I'm very glad you didn't compete at the end because we needed you to move sandbags. But like in the grand scheme of things, it was very close to like the Ireland's strongest man, woman lineups. Bar a couple. So like I think the next big step is to be, and it is an Ireland's strongest man and woman. It's an open show to anybody.
To anyone in the world who wants to
I think we gotta step it up for next year and get some more international athletes in and increase the prize money, make the venue better, everything. Just everything, make everything better.
Make everything better.
That's the goal going forward.
I suppose one thing to say, big shout out for Mark McGovern for putting on the live stream.
Absolutely,
hugely. Because I mean, like that in itself is giving us kind of more of a broader view for people to actually kind of like to be able to watch it online.
And it had 1,500 views.
Crazy,
which is huge.
So it's nuts to think about. Like,
I honestly don't know if Ireland's strongest man a few years ago would have been getting that. I remember being at Ireland's strongest man years ago with 50 people watching that. Now sometimes the weather be bad and stuff.
Like even down to my mum, like, and she'd normally kind of watch live streams if I was competing. I'd said to her it was on. And she was like, I had to stop doing what I was doing and I sat there the whole day watching it. It was so exciting. So you're going to get that as well. Like people they'll come across it and go, this is actually really, really good.
Interesting,
again, that grows the interest in the sport and it grows the sponsorship in the sport and brings more athletes and more spectators. And I think as well, just to know that the crowd that was here, it was genuinely, they wanted to be here. You could, like the videos, like you couldn't hit, they were roaring. And sometimes you're trying to get a crowd warmed up. And this was from class 1 and class 2, class 1 as well. Normally it'd be like, it'd be a few people and you'd be going, come on, get behind it. You know yourself, get behind athletes. And no one's saying anything. You didn't have to. These lads were on fire.
They were. Really, and even the lads were like, they were encouraging the crowd as well, like, back and forth, where it's like.
So it was the vibe in here on Saturday was fucking electric.
Crazy. Absolutely really crazy.
And look, honourable mentions class 1 and 2, they put on brilliant shows before that.
Very
I think we kind of failed ourselves in not promoting it a bit more, the class 1 and 2 in the lead up, because it was a great undercard.
It was
seriously good. Undercard.
Exactly.
It was very exciting.
Very exciting.
Every time I like to think every time we put on a competition, we learn a bit more.
Absolutely.
And we try and up that. And that's why I think you're saying to everyone, like, if there's feedback, if you were here on the day, or if you were watching the live stream, or if you're an athlete, give us the feedback, because we want it to be the best that we can be for everyone. And we can't do that, if we're not getting the feedback. If there was anything like constructive, positive, negative, whatever, give us the feedback and let's work on that.
Even from spectators' point of view, because like if we can get more spectators, obviously, we probably couldn't fit more in here the last day. We sold out online. If we can get a bigger venue, get more spectators, and they're happy with what they're getting, they'll keep coming back. That's more prize money than for athletes.
Absolutely.
Then the athletes are happier, and it's a revolving circle, like a revolving door. That so if you're a spectator and you think something could have been better, let us know. We will not take offense.
No, definitely not.
Absolutely not. We're way too thick-skinned for that. And like, this is our passion, and I think people realize that we're only trying to do this to drive this sport forward because we love it so much, and we're athletes. We're coming. No, you will be again. But we're
very passionate about sport.
But we know we want it to be the best that we can for the athletes, and that's why we're doing it. It's not about lining pockets and stuff like that. And I want it to be very clear that it literally is about putting the best performance on so that people can see just what we do.
Hugely.
There's not just we have come a long way from a car park and a field where it grew.
We've all had experiences of having, competing in those shittier round competitions. And I think it's just when you experience those, you just want to change as much as you can. kind of like stay away from it, like, and actually
Exactly.
develop it, like.
Yeah, I think that was it anyway.
Yeah. Okay. That is a good chat, lads.
Yeah.
Looking
I
forward
just
to the
actually,
next
can I
one
just say
already.
something else just quickly
Go
as
on.
well? Because we did say about this, and I just want to put that shout out there. I said, how many people knew that we actually had royalty in the house?
Yeah.
Right? Strongman royalty in the house. I'm not, Power was here as well. I'm not, Power was here. Everyone would have seen Power. But we actually had Vitas Lallis. Vitautas, sorry. I get my wrong. Vitautas Lallis in the house. And for those of you who don't know, he was an Arnold's winner and second
World's
strongest man.
He was literally one of the strongest human beings on the earth.
Yeah.
And he was in our gym.
Barely anybody recognized him.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't think they did. Anyway.
I think the odd
They
few
should.
may have.
Yeah.
And that to me was amazing to realise that she was here. Now I know he coaches Blaine Donovan.
Yeah.
Is there anyone else who's coaching him?
Just Blaine.
So this is a very short. Killed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if we were Stones in the final, I think he would have won it.
Yeah,
which usually is the last event.
Crazy, like,
of course, 1 year the poor man is there in the final in that position. He comes up to a power stairs.
But anyway, I just wanted to throw that in there, and then we can wrap this up.
Yeah. Alrighty, folks. I think that's enough for that one.
Yeah.
Right. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.